Hello everyone, Namaste, welcome to Vicheth Chemie. This is Vidyashri. In this video, I will be discussing the MCQ questions from the chapter Metals and Nonmetals. Question number 1. Lustrous nonmetal is option A, sulfur, option B, iodine, option C, phosphorus, option D, bromine. The right answer is option B, iodine. Question number 2. The metallic oxide which do not form alkali. Option 1, sodium oxide, option 2, calcium oxide, option 3, potassium oxide, option 4, copper oxide. The metal oxide which form alkalis are group 1 and group 2 metals. So here the right answer is option D, copper oxide is the one which do not form alkali. Question number 3. Identify the incorrect statement in the given chemical properties of metals. Option A. Metallic oxides are basic in nature. Option B. When reacts with water, releases oxygen. Option C. When reacts with acids, releases hydrogen. Option D. Electropositive. Option A. Metallic oxides are basic in nature. That's true. And when reacts with acid, they release hydrogen. That is also true. Metals are electropositive, that's true, and they have given option B, when reacts with water, it releases oxygen. This is the incorrect statement because it releases hydrogen gas. When metals react with water, we get metal hydroxide along with the liberation of hydrogen gas. Therefore, the correct answer here is option B. Question number 4. Dilute HCl is taken in a test tube and pieces of copper turnings are added. The changes you may observe are option A, formation of bubbles and temperature rises. Option B, neither formation of bubbles nor rising of temperature. Option C, no formation of bubbles but temperature rises. Option D, formation of bubbles but the temperature remains the same. Here the right answer is option A. When dilute HCl is added to the copper turnings that's taken, there hydrogen gas will be liberated. As a result, formation of bubble takes place and temperature of the reaction vessel will also increase. Question number 5. With the help of the given chemical equations, what conclusion you can take about the nature of aluminium oxide? So here if you observe the chemical reaction, in the first one you can see that aluminium oxide is reacting with sodium hydroxide. Okay, it is reacting with a base and it forms sodium aluminate and water. Aluminium oxide is reacting with the base and it forms salt and water. In the second equation, aluminium oxide is reacting with an acid and it is forming aluminium chloride, which is a salt, and water is formed as a byproduct. In the both the cases, you can see that salt and water are formed. It is undergoing neutralization reaction. So in the first case, aluminium oxide is acting as an acid, and in the second equation, aluminium oxide is acting as a base. So here, aluminium oxide can act as acid or base depending on the situation. So such chemical compounds, we call them as amphoteric oxide, and therefore right answer is option C. Question number 6. Strips of zinc, iron, magnesium and copper are taken in test tubes A, B, C and D respectively. Same quantity of ferrous sulfate solution is added to these test tubes. Then the chemical reaction will occur in test tubes. Option A, test tubes A, B, C. Option B, test tube D. Option C, test tube B and D. Option D, test tubes A and C. So here they have told us the strips of zinc, iron, magnesium and copper as A, B, C and D. Here the right answer is option D. The chemical reaction will occur in the test tube A and C. One with zinc and magnesium, the chemical reaction will occur. So how you can answer this question is based on the reactivity series of metals. In the reactivity series of metals, you will see that the metals zinc and magnesium appears above iron. So as a result, iron can displace zinc and magnesium, whereas it cannot displace copper. Question number 7. Element X loses one electron, element Y gains one electron and forms compound XY. Which of the following is the property of the compound? Option A, it is liquid. Option B, possesses low melting point. Option C, soluble in water. Option D, bad conductors of electricity in its solid state. Correct answer is option C, soluble in water. Question number 8. An element reacts with oxygen to give a compound with high melting point. This compound is also soluble in water. The element is likely to be option A, calcium, option B, carbon, option C, silicon, option D, iron. Correct answer is option A, calcium. It is the element that reacts with oxygen and it gives the compound with high melting point, and this calcium oxide is also soluble in water. Question number 9. The atomic numbers of elements A, B, C and D are 3, 8, 9 and 12 respectively. The elements having metallic nature among these is option A and B, option B, A and D, option C, A and C, option D, B, C and D. So here A has atomic number 3, B's atomic number is 8, C's atomic number is 9 and the atomic number of D is 12. Simply I can write the electronic configuration for the element with atomic number A. So it is 2, 1 and for 8 I can write 2, 6 and for 9 2, 7. For 12 it is 2, 8, 2. So now when you look into this electronic configurations, we can see that the outermost electronic configuration is 1 and 2 in the elements A and D, where they can easily lose this electron, and therefore these elements have high metallic nature, and therefore the right answer is option B, that is the elements A and D. If you look into the elements B and C, you can see that in the outermost shell they have 6 and 7 electron, where losing of electrons will be difficult for them as they have less metallic character. Question number 11. Observe the steps involved in the extraction of pure metal from ores, the process to be filled in the empty boxes. From sulfide ore, we will do a certain process and then we reduce it and then we give it for purification. Option A, electrolysis, B, calcination, C, roasting and D, oxidation. Here the right answer is option C. The sulfide ores which we get, we will roast these sulfide ore. This sulfide ores will undergo roasting process followed by their reduction as well as purification. Well, if you have carbonate ores instead of sulfide ore, then we will go for calcination and then we will go for reduction. Roasting is, it is the heating of the ores in presence of air, whereas calcination is heating of the ores in the limited air. Question number 12. On heating a mixture of Cu2O and Cu2S, we get option A, copper and sulfur dioxide, option B, copper and sulfur trioxide, option C, cupric oxide and copper sulfide, option D, copper sulfate. The correct answer is option A. Question number 13. Calcination process means option A, heating the carbonate ore strongly in limited air, option B, warming the carbonate ores in the excess air, option C, heating the sulfide ores strongly in limited air, option D, heating the sulfide ores strongly in excess air. Correct answer is option A, heating the carbonate ores strongly in limited air. Question number 14. Very reactive metals are obtained by this method. Option A, heating with carbon, option B, heating with aluminium, option C, thermal reduction, option D is electrolytic reduction. So in order to obtain the very reactive metal, we use electrolytic reduction method, and therefore the correct answer is option D. Question number 15. Choose the incorrect statements about the given chemical reaction. Fe2O3 plus 2Al given 2Fe plus 2Al2O3 plus heat. Option A, the reaction is highly exothermic. Reaction B, aluminium is acting as an oxidizing agent. Option C, Fe2O3 is reduced. Option D, aluminium is more reactive than iron. So from this reaction, you can make out that reaction is highly exothermic because heat is liberated during the reaction, and you can see that aluminium is acting as oxidizing agent because here aluminium is gaining oxygen, so it is acting as oxidizing agent. That is also true. So they have asked you to find the incorrect statement. Correct? First one is true, second one is true. Means these statements are correct. Fe2O3 is reduced. That is true. Fe2O3 is converted into Fe. Loss of oxygen is taking place. Nothing but it is reduction. Whereas in option D, you can see that aluminium is more reactive than iron. So this is the incorrect statement, and therefore right answer is option D. Question number 16. This is related to the electrolytic refining of copper. On passing the current through the electrolyte, copper gets deposited here. So here we take acidified copper sulfate solution, okay, and we connect the electrodes. One of the electrode we call it as cathode and the other electrode we call it as anode. The electrode where we take pure metal, we call it as cathode. So here B is our cathode, which is the pure metal, because you can see below A where impurities are deposited, we call it as anode mud. Impurities are deposited below the electrolyte where we take impure copper for purification. This is impure copper. Here this electrode is pure copper metal. Now this electrode is acting as cathode. Pure copper metal where we have taken, that is acting as cathode, and impure one is acting as anode. Now A is nothing but it is the impure copper electrode, that is anode. Pure metal is deposited at B. The correct answer is B. Question number 17. Silver articles become black after some time when exposed to air. This is due to the formation of a coating of option A silver oxide, option B silver carbonate, option C silver nitrate, option D silver sulfide. Silver articles, here the silver is reacting with sulfur that is present in the atmosphere and silver sulfide is formed. As a result of the formation of silver sulfide, the silver articles become black. Here the correct answer is option D. Right answer is not option A, it is option D. It's because silver reacts with sulfur that's present in the atmosphere, that gives a black color coating due to the formation of silver sulfide. Question number 18. Solder is used for welding electrical wires together because option A, less electrical conductivity, option B, high density, option C, high melting point, option D, low melting point. Here the right answer is option D, low melting point. So because of the low melting point of solder, it is used for welding of the electrical wires together. So when you place this solder between the wires where you need to fuse these wires together and heat it, that will melt because of its low melting point, and that's how you can connect the wires together. I'll stop this video here. I hope you will find this video helpful. Please do like the video, share it among your friends and family, and please do subscribe to our channel. Do not forget to press the bell icon to get notified about the upcoming videos. Thank you for watching. Stay connected. Keep learning. Take care. Bye-bye.